Hey people, interested here, 3v3 faction war this is, Wrath of Baal and Orks versus Eldar for blue Orky team. Peroncho Devaluador is a commando knob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins in ranged combat with a twin link shooter. Death Skull's elite scheme here, the Tenso alongside with a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very strong offense, disruption and support. From the front line we also have Death Skull's elite scheme here. Is it all three? Nope. Muzi 1990 with a Mekboy. Teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat, puts out some good damage with a bunch of versatile Orky gadgets. Shooting at Dragonis and their Warlock. A melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support, the same Han elite scheme here. Alongside Sapiens with a Farseer support hero fighting in melee, some powerful control and a bunch of awesome buffs. And rounding off the teams, Jamboo is a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control of his own. On the west side, hanging out with the sneaky Kommando, kicking off in the mid. I hear pew pew. Banshees going after some poor shooter boys. They dropped a model, but should be okay. Dropped another. Yeah, I think they're okay. Sluggers hanging back, waiting for the Warboss to join in, maybe. The Tenso trying to time them both getting into melee at the same time. Slugger's getting a special. Warboss shows up a little bit late to the party, gets a good stomp though, and maybe kills a few Banshees in the process. Kills one. Can they get another? Don't think so. Farseer also ran, which is interesting. She had full health. Maybe she could have poked the Warboss a bit more. Slugger's trying to get that back cap of that wreck point. West side, the Orks pushing through, using their War, using a stun bomb, no doubt, from Peroncho, and now rotating mid maybe? Or maybe they're just using this path to get to the power. Warboss doing some forward capping. And we got Orks backing off the east side. With that teleporting mech, they got big shooters up on the shooter boys. And looters on the field for Peroncho. Double rangers for Dragonis. Jamboo with a guardian weapon team. Sapiens with nothing else up yet. They're getting their aspect really quick. 20 power. Also spirit stones really quick. Really want to win those early melee engagements, I suppose. Going to be tough against the Warboss though. He's got some great anti-melee gear with his big stomp and his spiky armor potentially are options. Also can get the boss pole up to help his sluggers out, and just his regular stomp is pretty great if he can time it, although Banshees could bait it out and dodge it with a little bit of movement play. Triple rangers for Dragonis. 2-to-1 cap for the Eldar, kicking off in the mid. Looks like Dragonis tried to rotate across to the mid and dropped Guardians for his trouble. Double rangers might be able to turn and get a shot on these sluggers. They do need to set up to fire their weapons though. It's quite a short setup. Look at this flank though from Sapiens. Gets a war shot, gets some knockbacks, some more specials. Shooter boys with their knob leader. Can they take him out? They can. They did not have their big shooter, but still spent the 20 power or whatever it is on the knob leader there. Sluggers have their burners, dropped to 3 models, but they do get away. Warboss with a stomp. Well timed. Also has the angry bits. And now he's angry. Angrier, it's what it should say. Gives him big damage increase. Speed, health regen. Pretty awesome ability actually. Storm Boys for the Tenso now. Good special from the Farseer. Maybe we'll see Gravity played in tier 2 to fight all this melee stuff. Down goes the Warboss. Storm Boys immediately decided to retreat as well. Triple rangers of Dragonis going back to the east side. West side meanwhile. Shuriken locking down this relatively narrow pass. Looters trying to do the same thing. And sneaky sluggers here. Peroncho using Hide the Boys, one of his globals, to infiltrate these sluggers, get them on the Shuriken. But Jamboo was live to it, got them out of there pretty quickly, and they did manage to get some shots off there, which suppressed them and helped them get away. They didn't even drop a model actually. Banshees forward capping the mid. Don't know if they're going to be able to get onto the power. You know what, they might be able to. Because Tenso's still back at base, and the Warboss is down. Need to push that advantage as much as they can. Mekboy might be able to teleport and get him though. Now we have Peroncho splitting their army, harassing power and decapping wreck point is good stuff. Lots of Daka suppressing the Banshees with the aiming what's that. Looters are in play now as well. Sluggers couldn't get the cap, down to 2 models. Oh, look at this flank though from Sapiens. Banshees yelling and chopping, and maybe some dead shooters here. No grenade. They did get them, but no grenade. Saving it, I guess. Farseer is doing some work now with those Banshees and that Spirit Stones with the spiritual rites. Heals for a percentage of her health, which is quite interesting. It heals everyone else for, what is it? 175. Pretty damn good. In a 15 radius, also gives you energy. 458 to 387. Rangers trying to get shots. Now they're getting some Daka. Aiming what's that suppresses them. They need to get a little bit closer so all the guns can fire. There we go. Looks like they're maybe going to get this VP, the Orks. They're on the mid as well. Guardians getting isolated against Sluggers, which is not great for them. Unless they can hit their grenade or something. Banshees also getting seen off by Storm Boys and Shooter Boys. Warboss still down, but goes tier 2. As does everyone else aside from Jamboo, who's got some of their own Rangers up here. Trying to get that node down. Orks taking the mid. Eldar heroes sprinting to the VP to get it back. Farseer's on it. Warlock, I guess, just leaves. Getting their power hit here. Sapiens should have left that cap for Dragonis, I think. Goes tier 2 with just Banshees and Guardians. Got nothing else onto the field in tier 1. Banshees already have their Exarch queued up for tier 2. She will get a fancy heavy melee spear because of the aspect of strength. But they'll be fighting Sluggers potentially with a Knob Leader and Storm Boys with a Knob Leader and a really pissed off Warboss because he's missed a lot of fighting. Had spiky armor on the way, by the way. Power is rebuilt. Storm Boys jumping in. Those guys will have a Knob Leader as well. In fact, he's already queued up. Allows him to stun on landing because he's a big fella. There's the Banshees with their Exarch now. Hit and a level 2. Death Dread on the way for Peroncho. War Truck for the Tenso. Can have some armor to deal with. The Banshees could help, especially if they can get on rear armor of the War Truck. Speaking of Banshees, might be able to get a decap over here. Gonna run into looters, need to get on them fast, so they can't set up. Sluggers are here though, potentially on retreat path. Banshees go after them. Guardians helping out. They don't have a grenade though. Now the Warp Spider's helping out. There's the War Shout, and they chop through those Sluggers pretty effectively. With that Guardian support. Looters were firing on the Guardians and they take them out. Misplay from Jamboo there. Forgot about their Guardians. Back to the mid. It's Daka, of course. Mekboy's here to help out. And looks like they already got a revive and the Warboss retreated out. See, did he get a level? Got electric armor and level 2. Electric armor, of course, fixed in 298, not to do unintended amounts of damage. Here's your Death Dread then. Jamboo doesn't really have a response to it. Goes to some Warp Spiders. They can get a Haywire Grenade, but they'll need a bit more than that. I guess the Banshees will have their Exarch eventually as well. Haywire and Banshee Exarch could maybe get it done, but the Commando's there to stun. And they'll have Sluggers rushing in as well to counter-initiate. Musi with a Weird Boy already has bigger brains for over there. Could chuck the Sluggers into combat. They got their Knob Leader look down to 3 models, though. Need to be careful. 4 Rangers, by the way, for Dragonis. Here we go. Took a quarter of the Weird Boy's health there in a flash. Nothing else really to follow it up. There's another shot down to half. Warp Vomit. Kind of half dodged, maybe. Sapiens with just double Banshees now, by the way, which is pretty awesome. Singing Spear is in play as well. Banshees to be aggressive alongside the Farseer. Put the pressure on, allow the Rangers to operate. They could do some good work there. Back towards the northwest. Natural power of the Eldar gets bashed. Warboss now with a Power Claw. He has given up, even pretending to be nice. He's going to cleave through Eldar every hit, basically, and kill one. What's going on here? Oh, Warp Spiders being called in from a global bar, so they suddenly have 2 of them, Jamboo. Warp Spiders are awesome. Teleporting infantry, doing really good anti-infantry damage. Can frustrate melee units by teleporting around. And they'll trade decently in a ranged firefight as well. Of course, they've got that Haywire with their upgrade. Guardian weapon team on the way for Dragonis. Storm Boys getting chopped up on retreat. The Knob Leader made it out though, so they don't have to repay that 25 power. Warboss getting knocked over by the Warlock. Farseer capped the mid. And a big old retreat. Are you going to get away, Mr. Warboss? It's double Banshees. That spiky armor doing some good work there. Spiky armor does area of effect damage around the Warboss whenever they're struck in melee. So we're getting tons of attacks like that. It can be really nasty. Goes down though. 408 to 269. Should get revived, I think, by the Mekboy there. Should be pretty easy to do. There's electric armor. And a stun coming in from the Storm Boys. Gets the hell out of there with the Banshees. Got Sapiens. Warp throw. I struggle to find a situation where you would not want to get Warp Throw on your Warlock. It can do so much for you. Set things up. You can use it defensively. You can use it to just mess with ranged units and bring them closer to you. Huge amount of applications. Does have some other good accessories, but Warp Throw is so good. 384 to 269. They don't have a grenade to potentially chuck on a Warp Throwed unit though. But if they can Warp Throw stuff into Sapiens double Banshees, that could be nasty. Level 3 Farseer. Muzil. Oh, Miss Muzil, is it? Or is that a 1? I think that's a 1. I think it's Muzi 1990. Has gone tier 3, is what I was going to say. Sapiens also goes tier 3. Peroncho Devaluador also goes tier 3. Kommando down here. On that big power harass, I guess. Double Warp Spiders getting in. There's the double Haywire. And Banshees are there with the heavy melee weapon. Slugger's going to have to try and run interference, but they can't, surely, with the double Warp Spiders. They did pretty damn well, though, against those Banshees there, considering what they were up against, you know. I know the Death Dread is able to move and get some revenge and completely miss. 378 to 269. Storm Boys out of nowhere, stunning the Rangers and killing the Rangers. They didn't last long. 13 red per model on Rangers, it's not bad. Looted tank on the way for Muzil. Muzi, even. 370 to 269. I hear Banshees yelling. Oh, they're going after the Death Dread. Double aspect of strength. They got it. And the Singing Spear was there, of course. And she no doubt used... Maybe she didn't. Did she use Guide, I wonder? Maybe they recognized they didn't need to use Guide to get the kill, so they didn't use it. Sluggers, stealing Eastern contested powers. Got 2 Eldar generators on it with slightly different models, which makes them easier to click on, I think, or something. But I think that is due to be adjusted again. They're getting slightly different models again, maybe. At least I saw an image floating around in the dev Discord of a different looking Eldar Ranger. Eldar Generator. Rangers are shooting though. Here's your looted tank. Rangers can't do much against this thing. Boom. That guy's dead. Right Lance though. Immediately gets a bunch of shots in. Big boom shot to disrupt it. There it is. That means it has the reinforced plating. Here comes the war truck. Sluggers are inside of it. You see their burners poking out the side there. 322 to 269. Warlock goes down, and Orks are going to retake the mid, it looks like. What is this? This is pressure from Sapiens. Grabbing the VP. Triple cap now. Peroncho calls out the two players on them is what they mean. And now Sapiens might be able to get a really nasty flank. Ooh, on the tank maybe. Flank the tank. Mekboy is also quite low. They could go after him. Got this double Banshee hit squad and nothing else. Surely they should be getting Seer Council in. If they could get Seer Council and an Autarch and an Avatar, that's going to be such a nasty melee blob. What is the Farseer doing? Are they going for a revive? Are they going for a revive, I think. Should have maybe been a little bit more patient, but looks like they're going to get it. Banshees chasing into base. Sapiens maybe could have turned that into a nice flank on the tank. They, of course, couldn't see what we could see. They couldn't see what was in the mid there necessarily. Maybe they didn't even know the tank was there. Warlock, back to his feet, runs away, and Farseer gets on that central cap. Meanwhile, Eldar's northwestern power again getting messed up. The double warp spiders are here though. Rangers getting shots in. Bright Lance getting shots on the war truck. Storm Boys, can they stop it? They can. They tie up the Bright Lance just in time. It just did have cracked shot, which increases range and damage. Ouch. Bright Lance is no more. Those Rangers are no more. Some good kills there for the Orky fellas. Sapiens and Jamboo both down to just 2 units, and Sapiens did indeed get the Avatar rolling. And maybe they'll call in Seer Council from the global bar, maybe. Maybe they want to drop the Autarch, because that would stack so many buffs. The Seer Council have the 15% range damage reduction. The Avatar also has damage reduction, suppression immunity, and the damage buff, I think, all rolled in. And you can get the Autarch's damage reduction aura as well as her inspirations on kill. Not to mention the Farseer support. Those would be some buffed up to the gills, just drugged up banshees, basically. East side. Guardian stealing power, maybe? There we go, they're stealing power. They made a good change to nodes in that if you keep repurchasing them, you don't get the full refund. You only get a refund based on how much health the node had, I believe. When you cancel it, that is. 260 to 233. What you got, Mekboy? Still with the electric armor, nothing else yet. Avatar also for Dragonis. And he can benefit from allies' Avatar auras. See the blue indicators on the Rangers there that they're buffed up by the Avatar. Noted it. Flash kits with Git Finders. We've got double commandos for Peroncho. Maybe we'll see the melee upgrade for those fellas. Not sure this is the best match for it, but maybe they want to use it. Would be fun. Mekboy fell over, by the way, in the northwest. Still got a looted tank. Still got a war truck. Big boom shot is really well timed and really well placed. Got all those banshees pretty much. Very good disruption there. Storm Boys jumping in. Use your choppers goes in. Might need to pop that heel, Mrs. Farseer. Just keeping it in hand for now. Banshees are yelling. Or Avatar took a whole bunch of damage there. Storm Boys do not make it out. Set upon by double banshees on the Farseer. There is the spiritual rights heal. Well timed by Sapiens. They are very destructive, those double banshees in this game. One of them's getting very low though. Has to retreat. Other one's okay. Farseer's okay. Bunch of damage on the Warboss there. But now those banshees are getting low. Banshees are getting very low. Down goes the looted tank. But are those banshees done for? I think they're far enough away. 31 hit points. Level 4 as well. Excellent push through some Sapiens. And they do have indeed a Seer Council. Maybe it was called in. I'm not sure. They still have tons of red, so perhaps not. I think they maybe they were just purchased from the HQ. They want to keep their red for nukes and Autarchs and stuff. That's going to be an awesome melee force of Eldar now. Warlock with a Witchblade of Kernus. There's the warp throw into a Wailing Doom. Good hit. Nicely done. Weird Boy's getting some shots. We've got infiltrated commandos getting some shots. These guys, when they have their Nob Leader, get a rocket launcher on him, which is pretty fun. 260 to 147. We got some Gretchens for the Tenso. No upgrade on them yet. These guys can get 3 upgrades. That, there we go. Going to get Repair Crew. Gives them some spanners, allows them to repair, and allows them to build turrets, I believe. 260 to 136. Nob Squad pile out of the truck for the Tenso. And can it get back in again? Okay. Expected maybe the medical Gretchen fellas to support the Nob Squad a little bit, but here we go. They're going to repair. I guess I don't have sluggers anymore to repair. 260 to 121. Big flash kit blaster shots. Massive blob of Eldar. Look how little damage they took from those blaster hits because of the Avatar and Seer Council auras. That were pretty nuts. Hard boys up on the Nob Squad though. They're ignoring them so far, which I guess is pretty smart. If something's buffed with a defensive buff, go after something else, but they ran into too much trouble. Rocks on the back line. I think the Banshees will be okay. Avatar with a Wrath of Cain, knockback and suppression, but the Nob Squad have Frenzy active, so no suppression for them. Also get a 75% damage reduction while that's active. Battle Wagon now, rolling on through. 2 Avatars might need to back off. Avatars have super heavy infantry armor, so they take a lot of damage from the flash kit blasters, potentially. If they can hit all those shots, that is. Another Avatar on the way for Jamboo. Another Nob Squad on the way for Muzi. 260 to 81. 2 to 1. Eldar running out of VPs. Down goes the Kommando Nob. Sapiens still in here with the Seer Council. Great sustainability. Oh, love the Dakar. Have to get out now. Farseer should be tying up the flash kits. There we go. She thought about going after the war truck, I think. Now taking a bunch of damage though. That was the time field. And escapes. D-cannon in play for Dragonis. Oh, tried to use the warp vomit, but then got shot down by heavy gauge there, heavy gauge filament. There's a singularity. Not close enough to threaten the double commandos though. Double cap for the Eldar. They need to put a lot of pressure on here. They might be able to do pretty well with it because the Jamboo is on that side. Well, that's where their base is. They're currently in the mid. Mixing it up with some heavy gauge. Level 7. Doing a lot of damage actually with improved targeters at level 7. With the heavy gauge. Like into, must be like 50 DPS piercing by now. With the 50% increase. And the levels. Starting at 34 DPS this weapon. 210 to 77. Orks, are you going to take your VP back, fellas? Maybe they just want to fight. Dragonis with huge amounts of resources. Not spending them right now, that's for sure. Tons of red for Sapiens. Could see a nasty nuke. Didn't get the Autarch in, it looks like. Maybe they feel like they have enough buffs going on. Gonna get a revive, maybe? Oh no, the Warlock repurchased himself just as they were getting revived there. The Storm is dodged. That was Sapiens' Eldritch Storm. Here's this scary melee blob. The Seer Council and the Avatar buffing the crap out of those Banshees. Level 4 Banshees, by the way. Level 2 the other ones. Capping the mid is the Farseer. 210 to 70. Warboss misses the stomp. Nob Squad, they want to take on all of this, do they? There's the Frenzy. And there's a Rocks. Banshee trying to pull out, I think. Avatar should be okay. They'll take big chunks, though. And there's the third Avatar. One of the Orks went flying to the left of the screen. There he goes. Banshee's made it out. Seer Council made it out. Double Warp Spider need to be careful. They're getting pretty low. There's a Haywire. And another on the Battle Wagon. Nothing to really follow up with damage though. 193 to 70. All the Avatars are okay? Yeah, the Avatars are okay. Dragonis is backing off though. Got too close to the Nob Squad with user choppers on them. A global buff from the Warboss. There's Wailing Doom. Pop their Frenzy. Good timing. Oh no, knocks them away from the Wrath of Cain though. 182 to 70. Massive fight brewing in the mid here. I don't see anyone going... Oh, no, I don't see anyone going for the naturals at the moment. Another Wrath of Cain. Avatar's abilities seem to come off cooldown really quick. That one might need to back off. That's Dragonis' one. Fire Prism on the way for Sapiens. Still nothing being purchased by Dragonis. Surely they have the population to get something. 164 to 70. Avatar pushing in. being sucked into combat. Often happens. Now getting kind of stuck. Might go down here. This is Sapiens' avatar. It might be that Dragonis wants to save the resources to instantly replace the avatar if it goes down or something. Down goes the avatar of Sapiens. I don't think it would have got out. Because the tanks could have chased it. But the tank could have chased it. Although, Warlock is going absolutely mental here. With Great Trade of Kernus, Providence. And the Warp Throw, of course. Angry Space Elf build. Doing some good work in the back lines. Fire Prism goes down. Looted Tank got it. 138 to 70. Still the 2-1 for the Eldar. And the Warp Spider Jamboo gets a decap for the double. Do they have anything? They don't have anything protecting this really. Dragonis gets a D-cannon up. Bring it to the mid, I guess. That's a Eldritch. Misses. Oh, those guys got knocked into it. Got some good damage on the Commandos. And another Eldritch. Gets both of the looted tanks. Can they finish it off though? Not sure if they can. We got double heavy melee Banshees coming in. Oh no we don't. These guys don't have their Exarch up. Can they get it done? The repair crew in there trying to help out the looted tank. Can they get after the battle wagon maybe? Battle wagon's really low. Didn't quite have the speed to get it done and they're forced to retreat. Pushed them way back though, and that's a lot of time they have to spend repairing now. I see a webway. I see a sneaky webway. They're gonna get it. They got it with Haywires. Well done, Jamboo. Orc Spiders have been great. Another Eldritch. Oh, they didn't need to use it. Didn't need to use it. Oh, they were going for the units that were inside, I see. But they were able to get out of the way. 69 to 70. 1-1 cap. Very, very close. Awesome game so far. Oh, look at this. Orcs got the cap. Got their 2-1 rolling. I'm assuming there's sluggers inside the war truck or something. See a council going after it, Fire Prism seeing it off, and the Warlock will get on the cap. Too sweet. Going a bomb into Love the Dapper to mess up the D cannon. Orc Spider should be tying them up in melee here. Does not do so. Now they're meleeing the Bright Lance out of there. Good Fire Prism shot though. Singularity in the mid, messing up some shooter boys, and an Avatar gets the finish on those shooter boys. Big hit. 68 to 55. 2-1 cap back in the Eldar favour. I think they've turned the corner here. The Avatars are doing massive amounts of work in the mid, and every time Sapiens shows up, they do a massive amount of work as well. Orc trying to steal the east. Oh, it was Nob Squad in that war truck. 56 to 55. I guess that makes sense. Tenso doesn't have sluggers. Should have looked at the roster. Tank Buster Barrage. Decent hit on the Avatar there. They need to push the natural more, I think, to try and split some of this stuff away. It's going to be tough though. They might not have the time to get what they need to recover. Maybe a good nuke could change it. Devaluador does have the red for a rocks. Where is Jamboo? Jamboo's in the mid now. I would have thought they'd be constantly harassing this. What's over there? Just some flash kits and they're going mid. Oh look, we got Banshees going after the cap. 33 to 55. Is there a webway? Surely there should be a webway here. Oh, there's a webway there. Cap Eldar power, says Sapiens. They might have been messages from ages ago though. Here we go. Yeah, Nob Squad can't even deal with that. Buffed up, leveled up Banshees. And the Seer Council as well. Farseer's on it. Now it's the Orcs with a 2-1 though. I don't think the Banshees got the decap then. They got caught fighting stuff. They could still get it done. They should be decapping over there surely. Double Fire Prisms in the mid now for Sapiens. Going to make it very difficult for something to decap. But while I'm saying that, the Warboss is decapping. and not knocking him over enough. That was strange. He's got his trophy rack now. Goes down, but he did get a decap. Not sure why the fire prisoners... The Warboss kind of has a weird knockdown animation where he just kind of... It looks like he takes a knee for a second. He doesn't seem to like get any distance when he's knocked back. Dragonis with huge amounts of resources here, but no cap to spend, no population to spend anything. 22 to 47. 1-to-1 cap. The Banshees were forced off. Now there's some commandos looking after this. Would have thought there'd be a webway in the mid from Sapiens so they can get to the mid quickly. Back at base healing. Care says Sapiens. Eldar have the mid back. 18 to 47. Down goes a... What was that? War truck? Something exploded. A bunch of looted tanks in the mid. No, Tenso's war truck is still alive. Maybe it was another looted tank. Where are the commandos? They're skulking around the west. Are they looking for a big old flank or something? What is this? Warp Spiders potentially on the VP here. They might not need it. 2-to-1. GG indeed. Awesome faction war. Back and forth fighting. Non-stop action in the mid. It was awesome. Level 2 Kommando. What did he have? Sneaky infiltration kit. Kaboom. Warboss level 6 and down on the VP there. That's a level shot. We have Mekboy level 4 also down in the mid. Dragonis level 7 Warlock. Saw some Providence action. Sapiens Farseer level 7. Awesome to see a well-used melee blob. Especially from Eldar, who have... You know, Banshees aren't the toughest melee squad around, but the Farseer complements them so well. And a level 9 Warp Spider Exarch. There you have it, guys. Awesome game, I think. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war. The Tenso for running these lobbies. And I'll see you next time.